Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be a slower video. The last version I made is like a well-edited one, kind of snappy, but there's been enough requests, so this is the dark light tutorial, right? We got the blood, that's hard to see, but you can shine the light on it, and the mask right there. What I'm gonna do though, is since there's enough tricky steps and it's been long enough since I made this tutorial, I'm just gonna try to recreate it in a new project. It might take a while, it might take a half an hour or so, maybe more. And I'm just going to recreate it in this project. This is just like a little test project. I usually have 1 or 2 test projects I'm messing around in. All I've done is I've just grabbed some decals, and here, let me play it. I was actually messing with some multiplayer stuff. I'll turn that off. I'm just going to make the character have a dark light on them. Let me change this. Number of players, 1. Play selected viewport. There we go. We'll just do that for now. So the first thing, and partly why I want to do this, is I want to go over the debugging process, because I suspect as I do this I'm going to mess things up and it's not going to work. But I'm going to go over how I go through figuring that out. This is something we cover on the Discord fairly often as well. Let me put the pop filter so it doesn't. And we go over the different ways to debug our problems. So let me just add a light. Often I like starting with something that is quite obvious, right? So I'm going to put this, I want to put it on the mesh. Let's jump into the viewport. How is this? I want to turn it 90 up. I'm going to put it in front of the player like that. Let's just, I'm not sure we'll even be able to see this. It's very faint. It's right there. Okay. I'm going to increase the intensity a little bit. Let's just do like 95. That's okay. And then I'm going to reduce this cone. We will set again. What are these? These aren't even my... This is in Unreal 5.6, by the way. So that's another reason I'm doing this, just to show that, hey, yeah, things still work, even in the newer version of the engine. I think the old one I did also works. Okay, so we got a light. Cool. Don't worry about the color changing. That's something else. So now what do I need to do? I need a camera capture. No, that's not what they call it. It's called a scene capture. Scene capture 2D. And I'm going to parent it to this. Oh, sorry, parent it to the light. There it is. And I'm just going to leave this. You can actually create a render target from here. And I'm just going to put it under custom art, render target, and I'm going to call this dark light. Like that. Save. Okay. And just, this is again debugging. If I don't really know what's going on, I want to know if that's working. So all I'm going to do, I'm just creating a cube. Doesn't even matter. And I'm going to grab that render target, custom, and I'm just going to drag it right on there. When you grab a texture and put it onto a thing, it will create a material for you. It creates a super basic material, just like this. It just plugs into base color, but hey, I want to see. What am I seeing? What's going on here? I actually don't want opacity. Let's just make it. There we go. Let's put this in emissive and let's do unlit. There we go. And I'm actually going to delete these other. We'll leave them. What I'll do is set this to spawn from the current location right here. Okay, so that's capturing the scene. When I look around. Okay, very good. The thing is, these aren't in alignment, I don't think. This is where I'm going to cheat a little bit. So we have the scene capture, but these are, they need to be rotated by 90 on the X. I'm going to flip the way this is parented. I'm going to do it like that. And then this needs to be 90, like that, just so they're lined up. And then the other thing is these need to, we want to set these to be the same. So we'll grab the field of view. What do we want the field of view? We'll keep this somewhat narrow. What did we do for the other one? Like 30? 30 works pretty well. And then what we need to do here, since we're going to have a second light, this will be the actual spotlight masked, since that's the important part. And we are going to field right down here, get field of view. And then we need to divide this. Let's see. Divide by 2. And then set outer cone angle just to that. So that means these should match each other. Yeah, there we go. And you can kind of see roughly where it's like it's taking up the same space, which is what we want. Now we need to filter this scene capture. We need to filter this scene capture with a post-process material. So post-process, lens, color grading, path rendering features, post-process. Okay, let's make it. Can we just do this? Asset. No, we actually need to make it. Okay, let's make our post-process. What did we call that? I think we called it, what will be post-process light mask, like that. And this is the one where we set this to post-process there. We want the scene texture just right there. And we'll grab the metallic. We're just going to, we just want the red channel. Doesn't actually matter since it's black and white. And then we just set up an if statement. And then we put the constant, this you can actually see. I like how Unreal displays these better. And then we'll just set up a 1 and a 0. And the 1 goes here. And then the 0s goes there. Just like that. Apply. And we're just going to dump this into our post-process right there. And let's see what this does. I don't think it will display anything. It doesn't even work right now. Okay, so it's not post-processing. Is this compiled? Yep. Why isn't this post-processing? Let's check. If we go down here, scene capture, advanced. use scene color. I think we need to set this to this. This is something I need to, yeah. And then let's see if this works. Okay, I think that's actually working. We just don't have anything metallic in our metal. So let's just put some cubes here. And we're just gonna put this metal mat on it, and then we are just gonna go in here, and just to make sure I don't mess it up, I'm gonna literally copy this value. That's the value we're masking towards. I'm gonna be a bit more generous with this as well. The equal threshold. And we are going to, we'll do that. Metallic right there. Let's see if these show up. Doesn't seem like they do. Now we can check they changed this a little bit. Here we go. Buffer visualization, metallic. Okay, they're the right color. That's metallic. I think we want to do this before, where is it? Before tone mapping. Or you know what? Let's just plug this right in here. This is what I call a sanity check of like, hey, does this even, okay. So it is picking up the metallic. Yeah, we can save that. Is it picking up? It's not masking correctly though. We can change this back to lit. Okay, it's picking up everything. I don't think we didn't apply it right. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's working. I don't think we had to change that then. No, it doesn't care. Okay, so that doesn't care. So we got our render target. This is render target light. Oh, this is the material we made. However, now, so we have our mask. Now we need to make it work with our light. So this works. You can change capture on movement. There's some subtlety you can adjust here to optimize, but I'm just trying to get it to work. I think that's what most people are trying to do that are having trouble with this. Okay, let's go back to the main project. The next element we need is going to be, what do we actually call it? So we have the camera mask. I guess light mask isn't actually the right way to call it, since we have, hold on. This is a light function mask. Because this is actually a metallic mask. It's made for the light, but metallic is what it's actually masking. save that. This one we don't care about. That's just our preview matte, this guy. And then the light function is what we'll do next. So this one, surface light function, this is pretty straightforward. We just grab our render texture here, and we can just put this in here, I think. Okay, and then we just put this on our light function. There we go. Let's see if this works. Is it being masked? No, not, or wait, it was compiling? What is going on? Hold on. Okay, let's check the metallic mask in here. Something weird is going on here. We'll capture it every frame. Okay, metallic mask, light function. There we go. Seems like it almost forgets it has that mask sometimes. Does it break when I turn off capture every frame? Yeah, it kind of does. Interesting. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe, oh, maybe you have to do the always persistent render state. Oh yeah, you kind of do. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that, but now I do. But again, the way I debugged that was not by having crazy knowledge. It was just kind of eliminating variables and testing one thing at a time and trying to develop an understanding of what affects what. Kind of let go of how you think it's supposed to work and try to guess how it actually works and set up experiments and test it so you can actually learn. Okay, so we have that. I think this is technically working. Yeah, it doesn't look very good. We will make this one, this one's typically blue, right? And then the other one's more purple, or is it the other way around? Yeah, this one's normally kind of like almost a teal. And then we can just duplicate this. And this will be the like purple. Kind of a darker. It's almost blue. It's like that, I think. But this one we don't want a light mask on. We just want it to be normal. But we do want to set the cone angle. Like this. Okay. So we got this. There we go. So now it works. I think that flicker that you see is because this is too close. Let's move this out a little bit, like that. Yeah, see, so the cubes are blue, but I want to see it. Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm just going to angle this down so it's kind of on the floor. There we go. And then let's see if we can get these decals working. We care, all this is through metallic, so base metallic, we want 1, and then the opacity is 0.05. Let's see if this works. Look at that. There we go. Let's do it with those other ones to wrap it up. Base metallic 1. opacity, base metallic 1, opacity. Then do we have more? Or is that all? No, this one. It's like a number. Base metallic 1, opacity. Okay. And then I'm also gonna, oops, let's turn on snapping. Rotational snapping. Okay. And I think I'm actually going to, for these ones, I'm just gonna lower so they don't spill over onto the character as much. Yeah, they should still be there. Not very much. Oh, that one doesn't show up since it's too high. Maybe I will change the rotation of this a little bit. What is it? Negative 25? We can make like negative 10. Where is it? Okay, maybe we do need to raise these up then. Let's see here. There we go. You can see the glow. Again, this is not as good in first person, but half the reason I want to make this video is to just kind of give people the confidence that yes, this does still work. If it's not working on your end, it is a little complicated. There's plenty of things that can go wrong as you set this up. But what I would suggest is try to understand what is actually going on. Don't just blindly follow the steps. I know that's pretty easy to do when doing tutorials, but try to like figure out, okay, what does each element of this thing do, and is each element doing what I would expect it to do? And if you can do that, then you should be able to debug what's going on. And other than that, if you do have any questions, like I mentioned, you can go into Discord, linked in this video, and you can ask questions there and give screenshots of what particular issue you're having on your computer. But if not, I just wanted to ensure people that this is still working even in Unreal Engine 5.6. Catch you later.